Hi, this is Reuven Lerner, and I am back with another video in my Python Standard Library Video Explainer series. This time we're going to talk about two different methods you can use on lists, and these are going to change your lists, maybe even change your life. Okay, probably not. So the first thing, if I say here, my list equals 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and I want to reverse this list, I can say my list.reverse. What got returned? Nothing. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But if I look at my list, look at that. The elements have been reversed. Very surprising for a method named reverse, right? Now, notice the reverse method did not return anything, but it did change my list. Meaning this is actually going to change our list. If I help here on my list.reverse, you're going to see that it says here, reverse in place. And they don't just for nothing have that in capital letters and with stars around it. It means if I say my list equals 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, I say x equals my list. Now we have two names pointing to the same list. If I say my list.reverse, so we have reversed the list that the name my list points to. So this is now reversed and x is also reversed. Now, because this is a method that changes the value of the list, it changes the list itself and mutates the list, this means by Python convention, it returns none. Don't then do this. My list equals my list.reverse. A very bad idea indeed. Right? You do this and my list is now none. Right? We'll see here type of my list. And that's actually going to be none. So you have to be really, really careful not to assign back from the result of my list.reverse. You just want to reverse it. There is, of course, the reversed function. So I say my list equals 10, 20. You'd say reversed of my list, and this is a built-in function, not a method. And so reversed actually is sort of a functional version of this method, and it will A, reverse anything. Oh, well, actually, and B, I was going to say, helps to actually have a list around here, and it returns a list iterator, returns an iterator which we can put inside of a list, and then we get back a list of elements. So this is great. The reversed iterator basically, the reversed built-in function ensures that we can reverse anything, not just a list, and it doesn't destroy the list. The original list has actually remained exactly the same. Okay, so that's in terms of reversing. I can do something similar with sorting. If I say my list equals 10, 7, 15, 12, 17, minus 3, 2, minus 5. And now I say my list.sort. So my list.sort, similar to my list.reverse, changes the list itself. It returns none. Returns none, changes the list. And now if I look at my list, it is ordered from smallest to largest. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. What if I have a list that contains different types? My list equals, let's say here, I'm going to say 5 and A and 6 and, let's actually make this B. And we'll make this C, and we'll make this 3 and A. It's not going to make a difference anyway, because when I say my list.sort, it's going to say, sorry, no can do. Starting with Python 3, you can't sort a list with different and non-comparable types. And so it says here, hey, I don't know how to do less than between a string and an int. In Python 2, this actually did work, although for some value of work, I don't think it's really that useful. So if you want to sort, you have to have a list of all the same type, but hey, that's pretty much the standard in Python anyway. Okay. So if I'm going to sort things, I can say my list equals, let's just get this thing back here. So I can sort there. That's very nice. What else can I do with sorting though? Well, what I can do is I can say my list.sort, and I say key equals ABS. All right, and this means apply the ABS function to each element and sort the result. Sort based on the result. So it's not actually going to give us the absolute value. ABS is the absolute value built-in function. It's not going to give us a list of only positive numbers. It's going to keep the numbers as they were, but it's going to use the absolute value to sort them. And now if I look at my list, indeed, they've been sorted by absolute value, 2, minus 3, minus 5, from smallest to largest. What if I want to sort them from largest to smallest? So if I say here, my list sort, just like that, that's going to be from smallest to largest. My list sort, I can say here, reverse equals true. And then we'll see that it's just, in the other direction. It's going to be from biggest to smallest instead of smallest to biggest. Of course, I can combine these. I can say my list.sort of key equals ABS and reverse equals true. And now it's going to be from largest to smallest without regard for the sign, whether it's positive or negative. Just like there's a reversed functional version that's a function that's in the built-in namespace, we also have a sorted function. And so if I say here, let's just paste this again, they sorted of my list. And then we're going to get back all the values of my list. Notice that we get a list back. With sorted, we get a list back, but with reversed, we got an iterator. And the reason is that sorted has to go through it anyway, so it might as well return a list. And you can sort anything. You can sort a tuple, you can sort a dictionary, although that's sort of a weird thing to do. It'll sort the keys. And you can always pass key equals to a function. And there's lots more to say about that. All right, so you can use the sort method, you can use the reverse method, you can use sorted, and by the way, I'll just say here, sorted of my list, key equals ABS, and reverse equals true. And that'll give us a list back, sorted without regard for positive or negative, by the absolute value, and from largest to smallest. One last little tip, I always get this mixed up. Reverse is the parameter name there, and reversed with a D is the function name. Yeah, I know. All right, I hope you enjoyed and learned from this video explainer. Come join me and subscribe to my channel for lots more videos along the same lines. And please leave comments and let me know what else you want to learn in Python.